The Hidden Side of Everything, based on Freakonomics by Stephen D. Levitt and Stephen J. Dubner. What do school teachers and sumo wrestlers have in common? Why do drug dealers still live with their moms? And what really caused the big drop in crime in the 1990s? Welcome to Freakonomics, where economics isn't about money, it's about incentives, data, and the hidden side of everything. Today, we're diving deep into the unconventional, thought-provoking, and often controversial ideas that made this book a global sensation. Chapter 1: Incentives are the cornerstone. Stephen Levitt opens the book by emphasizing one central idea: incentives matter. Whether it's a kindergarten teacher or a corporate CEO, people respond to incentives, economic, social, or moral. School teachers and cheating. In the wake of No Child Left Behind, test scores became everything. So, some teachers began to cheat. How do we know? Levitt analyzed answer sheets and found suspicious patterns: right answers in bunches, corrections that improved scores unrealistically. Sumo wrestlers and match fixing. Similar patterns emerge in sumo wrestling. In matches where one wrestler is on the verge of a losing record and the other is safe, the one who needs the win often gets it, too often. Statistically, it shouldn't happen. Key insight: when stakes are high and oversight is low, cheating thrives. When the potential reward, money, status, survival, job security, etc., is huge, people are far more tempted to bend the rules. Example: a school teacher under pressure to boost test scores might risk cheating if their job is on the line. Sumo wrestler example from Freakonomics: winning or losing one match could determine promotion or demotion, so the incentive to arrange the outcome is huge. When no one's watching, or watching poorly, cheating becomes a calculated risk. If there's little chance of being punished, people feel safer breaking the rules. In environments with poor accountability, rule-breaking isn't just possible, it can become normalized. People weigh costs versus benefits. If the benefit of cheating is big and the cost is small or unlikely, many will take the chance. This is basic economic behavior: maximize gain, minimize risk. Levitt shows that even moral people cheat a little when the conditions are right. If a system rewards outcomes more than effort or integrity, it nudges people to cut corners. High-stakes testing. Quotas in sales jobs. Performance-based promotions. All of these can encourage dishonest behavior unless strong checks and balances exist. Chapter 2: Information is Power. Levitt explores the power of information and how it creates advantages. Real estate agents versus homeowners. Agents might tell you to accept an offer quickly, but they behave differently when selling their own home. Why? Their commission on a slightly higher sale isn't much, so they want a fast close. But for their own home, they wait it out for a better price. The Ku Klux Klan's demise. Enter Stetson Kennedy, who infiltrated the KKK and exposed their secret codes and rituals on the radio. Result? The group lost its mystique. When secret information becomes public, power dissipates. Key insight: controlling information is a source of power, democratizing it is disruptive. When one party has more or better information than another, they can manipulate decisions in their favor. Real estate agents, they know the market better than you. They use that to convince you to sell faster, even if it's not in your best interest. Doctors, car mechanics, financial advisors, in all these fields, professionals can steer decisions based on what you don't know. This is called information asymmetry. And it puts the person with less knowledge at a disadvantage. People in power guard information because it helps them stay in control. The Ku Klux Klan example in Freakonomics: their influence wasn't just fear-based, it relied on secrecy, coded language, rituals. When Stetson Kennedy exposed them, they lost that aura of power. They became a joke on the radio. That's how you dismantle power, not with force, but with sunlight. When hidden knowledge becomes public, the playing field shifts. Think Wikipedia versus encyclopedias, Reddit versus gate-kept forums, financial education on YouTube versus traditional Wall Street brokers. In every case, giving information to everyone disrupts the old guard and creates chaos, for a while, but also more freedom. Freakonomics hinted at this early on, but it's even more relevant today. The web gave everyone a voice, and with it, power. That's why dictators fear the free internet. Companies resist transparency. Institutions don't want you to do your own research. Because once information flows freely, power starts to decentralize. Bottom line, who controls the info controls the outcome. And when you give that info to the masses, everything changes. Chapter 3. Why do drug dealers still live with their moms? Levitt teams up with sociologist Sudhi Venkatesh, who embedded himself in a Chicago drug gang. The gang structure, think of it like McDonald's. The foot soldiers, young, low-level members, barely make minimum wage. But the top guys? They're rolling in cash. It's a tournament system, and most won't make it to the top. Reality, most gang members live at home because they can't afford rent. The street drug economy is cutthroat and unequal. Key insight, just because an industry looks lucrative from the outside doesn't mean it's profitable for everyone involved. From the outside, certain industries look like gold mines: music, sports, fashion, influencer culture, drug dealing, as shown in Freakonomics. You see flashy cars, nice clothes, viral fame, but what you don't see is how few people at the top are actually making real money. Many of these industries work like a pyramid or tournament system, a massive base of low-paid or unpaid workers, interns, assistants, struggling artists, dealers on the corner. A small number of winners at the top making all the money. Drug gangs in Freakonomics are the perfect case study. Foot soldiers made around $3.30 per hour. They faced constant danger. Yet they stayed, hoping to rise up the ranks, like a lottery. The dream of making it big keeps people in the system, even if it's exploitative or unsustainable. Even in legit industries, musicians and YouTubers reinvest heavily in production, marketing, gear. Startup founders might go years without profit, even if the company's valuation looks huge. Athletes and entertainers face short careers, injuries, and extreme competition. High visibility doesn't equal high net income. We often only see the success stories, the influencer with 1 million followers, the rapper with a hit record, the top 1% in MLMs or sales gigs. But we don't see the thousands who failed, quit, or burned out along the way. An industry can be glamorous, famous, or even high revenue, but that doesn't mean it's fair or profitable for the average person inside it. Chapter 4. Where have all the criminals gone? The 1990s saw a dramatic drop in crime. Everyone had a theory: more cops, tougher gun laws, broken windows policing. But Levitt proposed something else: legalized abortion. Roe Wade legalized abortion in 1973. Unwanted children, who are statistically more likely to become criminals, were never born. You can read the book in detail for this. Examples: smoking decline in the US, obvious reason, anti-smoking ads and Surgeon General warnings. Hidden factors: cultural shifts tied to celebrity behavior and media portrayals. Insurance policies penalizing smokers. Lawsuits and massive tobacco settlements that made cigarettes less profitable and less socially acceptable. Millennial home ownership crisis. Obvious reason: millennials just eat too much avocado toast. Hidden long-term drivers: stagnant wages versus housing inflation. 2008 housing crash led to tighter lending. Crushing student debt. Delayed life milestones: marriage, kids. Gig economy explosion. Obvious reason: apps made it easy. Hidden foundation: labor laws never updated for digital-era jobs. 2008 recession made flexible income options attractive. Culture shift toward side hustle mentality. If we only look at surface-level causes, we treat the symptoms, not the source. Freakonomics teaches us to dig deeper, question the obvious, and look for the lagging indicators that truly shape society. So next time a big social trend hits, ask yourself, is this really the cause, or just the thing that showed up last? Chapter 5. What makes a perfect parent? Everyone wants to raise their kids right. But what actually matters? Levitt examines massive data sets from education and child development studies. And the results surprise: reading to your child doesn't matter as much as whether you read for fun. Having books at home? Big difference. Going to museums? Not a key factor. Your education level? Income? Neighborhood? Those matter far more. Key insight: who you are as a parent matters more than what you do. Chapter 6, Perfect Parenting, Part 2, or Do Names Matter? Levitt dives into the economics of baby names and cultural trends. A name isn't destiny, but it can reflect socio-economic background. Names that start in upper-income black families, like Dishon or Imani, eventually trickle down to lower-income ones. White families tend to abandon names once they get too common in other groups. Freaky fact: the name Madison exploded after Splash, a movie where Daryl Hannah's mermaid character picks it on a whim. Key insight: a name won't make or break your child, but it often reveals your cultural and economic aspirations. Freakonomics teaches us to question conventional wisdom, to dig into data, and to follow the incentives. It reveals how complex and strange human behavior really is, and how economics, when applied creatively, can explain far more than money. Incentives shape behavior. People cheat when they can get away with it. Experts don't always act in your best interest. The world is messy, but with the right lens, Freakonomics opened your eyes. Hit like, subscribe, and share. And remember, the truth is often hidden in plain data.